Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Kbreezy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the cold hard facts behind why Apex Legends is dying and what Respawn and EA are going to have to do if they want to save the game. Now before we get started with today's video, I just wanted to let it be known that I really do enjoy playing Apex Legends, and I think that Respawn really did come up with something amazing when they put their spin on the Battle Royale genre. Who would have thought that taking the world of Titanfall and combining it with the elements of popular Battle Royale games like PUBG and Fortnite would have made such a great game. We're sitting here 2 months in, and now we have a game that everyone thought was going to be the Fortnite killer, has turned into a shadow of what it could have been, and has taken a backseat to the Fortnite community within recent weeks. By taking a look over at the Twitch tracker, we can see Apex Legends experienced a massive, and I mean phenomenal amount of growth at launch. EA and Respawn were quick to let everyone know about this success and how the game set records such as hitting 50 million players in only the first month at launch. Having shattered Fortnite's previous record with ease, it seemed as though Apex had finally dethroned Fortnite as the king of games. But let's go back to the tracker and take a look to see what has happened since. So right here, as you can see, is the initial launch with all the hype, so there's really no need to keep talking about that because it's self-explanatory why there is such a trend. On February 12th, the game had peaked with 340,000 consecutive viewers on Twitch, but only 2 days later on February 14th, we noticed a massive drop of about 100,000 viewers, and since then it's only continued to decrease. Now if we were to go and look at the graph of Fortnite, then we can see that there is a very stark contrast in the two. Fortnite starts off relatively low, but once the free-to-play Battle Royale mode is released, we can see that the game sees a massive rise in viewership, similar to the case of Apex. Unlike Apex, however, the game manages to stay fairly consistent in its viewership rankings and only saw a small decrease in player count when Apex Legends was released. At the time of me recording this video, Apex Legends is barely holding on in the 10th spot in Twitch viewership rankings, while Fortnite is sitting comfortably in first. Another statistic that we're going to be looking at to prove my point is Google search trends to see exactly how often Apex Legends is being searched for on the internet. Now looking at the statistics for Apex, you see a sharp rise in search volume after the initial release, similar to what we saw on Twitch when the game was first released. Yet again though, a very sharp decline can be seen shortly afterwards due to a lack of being able to keep the player base interested. And once again, let's compare this to Fortnite and the way that it's being searched for as a whole on the internet. As we can see, Fortnite has managed to keep its search volume relatively stable and hasn't seen any sharp spikes or declines from the past few months, even when Apex Legends was released. Now that we've gotten the statistics out of the way, and you can see I'm not just trying to clickbait you guys for views or make this video because I think it's going to be popular, let's discuss some of the underlying reasons that ultimately led to the downfall of Apex. So starting off, reason number one is the hardcore paid promotion and forcing the game seemed like it was the best thing since sliced bread. Now as we all know, Apex Legends did not receive the proper advertising campaign that most games do before their launch in order to build up the hype and whatnot. Instead, what EA and Respawn decided to do was pay the most influential streamers and YouTubers that they could find and make them promote the game and say that it was just absolutely amazing. I discussed this strategy way back when the game was first released and how it affected the launch in one of my older videos, which you should definitely go check out when you get the chance. But Apex Legends basically forced its way down our throats to these streamers and made it so that you couldn't turn left or right without seeing somebody playing a match of Apex Legends. It was even reported that Apex Legends paid Ninja $1 million to play Apex Legends, promoted as an amazing game. But rest assured, he was the only one, and many other streamers were paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote the game and make it seem better than what it actually was. What EA and Respawn effectively used was the peer pressure strategy in order to apply steroids to their game and just make it take off. I mean, why would you not play the game that your favorite streamer played and just said it's the Fortnite killer and made it seem like they were just having the best time of their lives and absolute blast while playing it? Now, it was required that these streamers disclose that they were being sponsored by Apex in these videos. However, the amount of money they were given, nor what they were required to say on that stream, was not shared with the public. Had this information been more transparent, then I can guarantee that many people would have looked at the success of Apex Legends in a different light. Once the streamers / influencers stopped being paid to play the game, that's when those massive drops in viewership and player count that I mentioned earlier occurred. This is also about the same time that Respawn stopped bragging about how they were crushing the game record set by Fortnite so easily. Think about it. When was the last time you heard Apex say something about setting a record? And it's because they can't, due to the player base dying and slipping through their hands like sand. Apex forced everyone to play the game by paying massive amounts of influencers and forcing the narrative that Apex is amazing into our heads. Now we can see that they're paying the price because the game is dying. Reason number two, and this is truly what is causing Apex Legends to die, is the lack of content that players are getting. Take a game like Fortnite for example. Every single week we can expect either something new to be added or for a major event to occur. Like right now, at the time of me recording this, I'm anticipating what's going to happen in the bunker in Loot Lake once it opens. Apex has had no such event to keep me entertained between the updates. And while we're on the subject of updates, I can almost count the amount of updates that we had on one hand. I mean, we recently got a battle pass, one new weapon, and a few tweaks here and there. The battle pass is widely regarded as an absolute flop. One of the updates screwed up everyone's stats and made it so that nobody had what they were supposed to. The point that I'm trying to make here is that Apex is going to have to keep up with the style of today's market if they want to keep, at a minimum, that number 10 spot on Twitch. 5 years ago, you could update a game every 3 months and people would just be absolutely amazed at how fast the development team is working. Nowadays, if the community isn't seeing something new within 2 weeks, they're already bored and moving on to the next thing that catches their eye. The only reason Fortnite stayed king despite major releases like God of War, Red Dead 2, and Sekiro is because they constantly keep the community engaged through updates. The idea is that if you're playing those games, then you're missing out on what's going on in Fortnite. When I stopped playing Fortnite for about 3 weeks to play Apex Legends, by the time I came back, everything I knew was either changed, removed, or they added something new and put it in its place. It made me have to relearn the game and give me something new to do. Apex has stayed more or less the same since launch week, and it makes it really hard to stay interested. From a content creator perspective, I need new things in order to make videos about the game. I mean, I can't make videos about what's already been out there for months because it's going to be oversaturated and I'm a small content creator. Fortnite makes it so much easier to come up with video ideas because literally every week there is something new I can come up with to make a video about. Reason number 3 is Respawn is trying to act like everything is going perfectly fine and is making no visible effort to improve upon the status of their game. Take a look at the Instagram page for Apex. It hasn't posted since April 2nd, literally a full month from the time of this recording. More things need to be done in order to let the community know what they can expect in the coming future. The people at Respawn can't just put their thumb in their mouth and say, oh, video games take a long time to work on, we're prioritizing gameplay stability, yada yada yada. These are just excuses they keep telling us to cover up the fact that they don't know what to do because they have a dying game. It really upsets me when this is said because even before Apex launched, EA and Respawn were both really established and respected names. Well, maybe not EA, but you get what I'm trying to say here. They were already known. They already had large audiences. They already had people that knew who they were and would probably buy that game regardless. Epic Games was a no-name before Fortnite, basically a polar opposite, and was barely known even for projects that they worked really hard on and had dedicated communities for, like Paragon or Unreal Tournament. I bet most of you don't even know what that is and only know Epic Games for Fortnite. Epic Games had to fight tooth and nail to make their game what it is today and continues to push the envelope for what we can expect out of the gaming industry. Yes, they were not the first game to popularize the Battle Royale genre, and despite popular belief, they did not steal the genre from PUBG. You can't steal a genre. And not only that, PUBG wasn't the first Battle Royale game. They really copied the homework of H1Z1, rebranded it, and stepped it up a notch. But overall, I have to say that these are the reasons why Apex Legends is dying and is no longer seeing the massive success that it once saw. It's sad to see a game that had so much promise and is truly fun to play go down the drain due to poor marketing and a lack of support from the devs. Maybe with time, Apex will be able to redeem itself, kind of like what Bungie did with Destiny 2. But where we're standing now, the future does not look too bright for Apex Legends. And if you stayed up with me up until this point, let me know down below, how do you think Apex Legends is going to perform in these future months to come? And what can Respawn do to bring their game back from this pit of death? Thank you guys so much for staying with me until the end of today's video. I truly can't thank you enough. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and leaving a like to show your support. As always, it's your boy KB. Signing off. Peace.
Hostile, danger close.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Downed one.
Reloading. No tension.
Charging shields. Come on.
Give my shields a recharge. Reloading. Listen up, I'm calling a lifeline package in. Care package over here. Optics here. Close range.
You are the Apex champions.